Good afternoon, my YouTube viewers. It is Palestine here. Welcome to my channel. So I made a video yesterday morning giving you a close haul of Poundland and telling you about my anxiety about going to work. And so this morning I didn't want to go to work because I had a lot of anxiety based upon what had happened last week. But, I forced myself to do it. So I went into work and nothing was said. And so basically, as long as I don't do what I did last week again, I think it'll be okay. But if it happens again, I'm sure there'll be disciplinary proceedings. And so basically, in my opinion, it was quite trivial, and it certainly didn't warrant somebody taking my picture. They either took a picture of me or a picture of something related to me, but I do know that a picture was taken. And I also know that where I work, it's not allowed. Photography is not allowed. So I don't know why nothing was said to the person who took the picture. So basically what happened is, I can't go into detail about what happened, but I just used my best judgment, and I had seen other people do it before. And since I'd seen other people do it before and I wasn't sure exactly what to do, I thought it was okay. But obviously someone saw it and took offense and took a picture. Even though, from what I understand, pictures are not allowed in my place of work, nothing was said to the person who took the picture, but something was said to me. But as long as I was told, basically, even though I'm an office worker and I shouldn't be having to be doing that kind of work anyway, if I was working for a regular business, they would employ people just for that specific purpose. But because I'm not working in a business, I'm working in somewhere else, but it's not a business. I've been tasked with doing this job, and I was tasked with doing this job, but I wasn't told fully what to do. And so since I had seen other people do something, I thought it was okay. Well, it wasn't. But today nobody said anything to me about it. So as long as nobody says as long as I don't do it again, hopefully everything will be fine. And then I had to go across the building, which is about a minimum of a 5-minute walk across the building, to do some photocopying. I spoke to somebody about what happened, and she had a few things to say to me about things that she was upset about. And of course, I can't repeat what was said, but when I told her what I was upset about, she told me a few things that she was upset about too. And we both agreed on one thing, but again, I can't discuss that either, but we agreed on one thing. And so she's not very happy about a few things, and I'm not very happy about a few things, but we just have to keep that to ourselves. We can't discuss it. And then, so basically, that was what happened at work. So I found out that I'm not the only one that gets lumbered upon. Excuse me. I'm not the only one who has some things that could be better. And then so basically, that's what's going on in my day job. And so I just have to be sure and watch my P's and Q's. And basically, in order for me to accomplish this task, I have to actually go out of the building and find a dumpster, which I shouldn't have to do that. That was the problem. I didn't know. You know, I don't walk around the building. I stay in my office and I do my job in my office. And then so I'll have to walk across the building to make photocopies, or I'll have to walk in the building to deliver documents. But with regard to actually looking for a dumpster and disposing of something in a dumpster, I've never had to do that. And if I was working in a business, I wouldn't have to do that either, because they would be employing people specifically for that purpose. So that's what's going on with me. I just have to be sure and watch my P's and Q's and make sure I don't do anything like that again. And now that I know that I have to go outside of the building and look for a dumpster, which I don't think I should have to do because I'm an office worker. And so another problem that I have is my fungal nail infection. So I'll show you my finger. That's the finger. I don't know if I can show you my toe or not. I can't show you the toe. I'd have to lift my leg all the way up into the camera, and I'm just not that limber. But I can show you the finger. The finger looks better than the toe, and I've been worried about that. And I think I said in a previous video that I was going to wait until I get my ESA and buy an electric nail filer. But the thing is that if I buy this electric nail filer, then it has attachments. And so every time these little nails that you put on the electric nail filer, and so every time you use it, you have to throw it away, because obviously you don't want to get any nail fungus on it. And then so the electric nail filer is going to be 30 pounds. And I don't know how much these little nails that are round, they're round, nail files are. But then I'd have to keep buying those, because I'd be filing my nails every day to try to get the top coating of the nail off. So I decided against getting an electric nail file, which is what I wanted to do. But since I have to buy parts that go along with it, I decided not to. So I've got a nail file at home. And I've got some other nail files at home too. So I'm going to use this nail file. And then when it gets worn out, I'm going to use another one, because I've got 2 packets full of nail files. So every day when I finish my bath, I'm going to file the nail on my thumbnail and my toenail that I can't show you. I can't show you my toenail because I can't lift my toe all the way up to this screen of my phone. But I can tell you that my toenail looks a lot worse than my thumbnail. And it's got part of the nail is off of it. So when I finish my bath, I'll scrape off the toenail and the thumbnail. And then I'll put on this fungal nail treatment. This is from Superdrug. I used already 1 pen, and I don't think it's really helped. I don't think it's helped that much. But I've used already 1 pen, so I've got my 2nd pen of the fungal nail treatment. And then so I think tomorrow, we were invited to somebody's house for dinner tomorrow. But tomorrow I leave home around 4 o'clock. And then when I leave home around 4 o'clock, then I will go to Superdrug and get some other fungal nail treatment. And then I'm thinking that in addition to that, every morning, I'm going to use this Dettol to try to disinfect my toe and my thumb. I got that at Superdrug as well. And I looked it up on the internet, and it doesn't kill fungus, but apparently you're supposed to disinfect all of your manicure tools with alcohol. And I went to Superdrug, and they didn't have any alcohol. So I thought, well, I'll try Dettol, which is the next best thing. And then I got that at Superdrug, by the way. And then I'm also going to use some cotton pads to every day. I'm going to use one cotton pad, douse it with Dettol, and then rub the cotton pad across my toenail and my fingernail to disinfect it. So that's the plan. I mean, obviously, I don't see any improvement in my nails, but the thing is that apparently you have to use this nail file and you have to scrape the thumbnail. It's easier for me to scrape the thumbnail than it is the toenail, but you scrape the thumbnail, and so you scrape it and you get the top layer of the nail off of it, and then you take the pen, you take the fungal nail pen, just in case you don't know how to do it. Take the fungal nail pen. You just scrape your nail for as long as you can stand it. But I think you have to do it every day. And so you can see, this is my nail after I scraped it a bit. So you scrape it as long as you can stand it. And then you take the fungal nail pen, if you've never had a fungal nail pen. And this is the one I've got. It's from Superdrug. And you take the bottom of it and you turn the screw on the bottom. And then you put the fungal nail pen on it. And I've been doing it every day. I personally don't think it's helped, but I have to keep trying. And I'm going to do my toenails now as well, but I'll wait until after I've made this video to do my toenail, because I don't have anybody to hold the phone for me to show you doing my toenail. But my toenail is in worse condition than my thumbnail. The nail on my toenail is really thick, so that means that the fungus has really gotten to it. So that's going to be my next strategy. So I use this cure nail. It didn't cure my nail. And then I use Vicks Vapor Rub. That didn't cure my nail. It probably made it worse. And now I'm using this fungal nail treatment pen from Superdrug. Trying that out. I don't think it's been that effective. So now I'm going to try to file the top layer of the nail off. And then when I file the top layer of the nail off, then I'll put the fungal nail pen on. And then maybe what I'll do later on in the morning, I will take the Dettol and I'll put the Dettol on my thumb and on my toe to try to disinfect it. So I don't know what to do, because the nationalized medicine in the UK doesn't take care of nails. And not only do they not take care of nails, they don't really give you any advice on how to take care of your nails. So I'm just trying all these home remedies because I cannot afford to see a podiatrist. I don't know if it's a nail technician. I think it's a podiatrist. But I can't afford to pay somebody to take care of my nails. So I had to try to do it myself. And obviously, I don't have the money for a manicure or a pedicure, but obviously I can't get a manicure or a pedicure where my nails are looking like the state that they're in. And since the national medical system in the UK isn't taking care of nails, and they're not giving me any advice about what to do, I'm just having to try out all these home remedies, see what I can do. See if I can clear this infection up myself. And I'll keep trying these home remedies until I've exhausted all of them. And then if the nails fungus still hasn't cleared up, then I have to go back to the doctor and ask for drugs, because apparently there's a drug that you can take that will kill nail fungus, but it damages your liver, and my liver is already damaged, so I'm in a bit of a pickle. So I've told you what's going on with my life. I went back to work today. A lot of anxiety about going into work, and a lot of issues at work because they're going through a new email system. We're having a lot of issues with this new email system that we're getting. And then I spoke to a colleague at the other side of the building about what happened last week. And she gave me some advice, but it's a little bit late now. And she told me her thoughts and feelings. So I told her my thoughts and feelings. And she told me her thoughts and feelings. And I can't tell you my thoughts and feelings, and I can't tell you her thoughts and feelings, other than to say there's a few things that we're not satisfied with. So I'm going to go ahead and close this video because I've talked about everything that I can talk about. If you like my video, please like and subscribe. And thank you so much for taking an interest in my pathetic life and watching my video. Bye.